Students, so we have come into the last topic of basic follower motions, which is cycloidal motion. So further to get into this type of motion, we have to first know the basics of what cycloidal motion is. So cycloidal motion is whenever a disc or a circular disc is traveling on a plane surface without slipping. Fine. So if it is traveling on a plane surface without slipping, that is your a point on the circle traces a cycloid. Fine. If you assume that there is a point on the circle, let's say that the point is right now at this point, and let's call the point as P. So this point P, as it is rotating, okay, as this circle is rotating without slipping, suppose the circle is rotating clockwise direction. Yes. So now you can see that maybe this is the initial position, and finally slowly the motion is happening in this manner, right? And the final position of course will be the total height of your diameter of the circle, and then gradually this is going to drop, right? So this is the path which will be followed, and you will have this is P point, and let's assume that the next point taken up by the circle is the next position taken up by the circle is, let's assume the same size circle for proper understanding. So I'm going to trace this circle and just move it aside. So let's say that this is the next position of the circle of the point P which we are studying. Okay. And let's say that the point is here, right? So let's call it P prime. Okay. And the initial position which was here, now this is the new position P1, which is in contact. Fine. So now this is the center of your circle. If you see that the follower motion is actually mentioned on the x-axis over here. You have the fixed portion, right? This is the fixed portion. So it is fixed, it's a ground. So follower is traced on x-axis here for our convenience. So this is the initial to final, this is the total lift. This is the total lift of the follower. It means you can make it vertical to understand. Right now we are looking it in this manner. You can make it vertical to assume it like a follower. Okay. So you don't think that this is the roller which I drew. That's a circle following. Okay. So you'll understand each and every point. So this is L total lift, which will be equal to, you all know the equation, right? Without slipping, the condition without slipping is that this point, if it is coming here, the final position of the point is here for one complete rotation. So what is the distance traveled? The distance traveled is 2 pi r, right? The circumference complete is 2 pi r. Yes, 2 pi r is equal to L. I hope we all know this, right? 2 pi r is equal to L equation. Yeah. So now there are few calculations which need to be done. Fine. We need to find out the position which is y. So y is the position we need to find out, because y from initial from the beginning we are checking that, right? So let's say that from here to this point p prime, it is y, right? Because p initial position and p prime is the final position, and this is your y value. See, this is our y value, some intermediate point which is y. Fine. From initial, this is zero position. As the circle is rotating, we went to p dash. It means from p1 to p dash, from here to here, and you got this point as y. Okay. And the total value is, for example, the crank has rotated for an angle of, sorry, this disc has rotated for an angle of 5. Okay. It has rotated for an angle of 5. So okay, this is from initial, like p to p prime. The rotation was, let's say this rotation from that initial position here is 5. Done. So now can I see, then what is this total length from here to here? Can anyone just tell me the value of this length? Yes. Yes, from the circle you can tell it, right? So it is r times 5. R5 is the arc length, right? R5. It means from here to here, whatever it has traveled, the same thing on the circumference also, right? So I can say that is R5 value. Fine. And then now can we do few things to be written over here as 5 tends to 2 pi? Can I say theta is going to theta ri. Yes, as phi, it means from 0 degrees, phi is traveling to 2 pi. It means completing its rotation. That time what is happening? Actually, theta is going to theta ri. It means the value of the cam rotation from theta to theta ri. It means maximum value, right? That time only it will reach L. So this is what we can write down. So phi is equal to, I'm just writing beforehand so that later on we won't have any issues. Phi 2 pi by theta ri into theta. You can check this equation for any value. You can substitute any value of theta. So you can substitute theta equal to 0, phi equal to 0, theta equal to theta ri, phi equal to 2 pi, theta equal to theta ri by 2. Yes. So what will happen? Phi equal to pi. It means only 180 degrees it is rotating. So L will be L by 2. So we can go further. So now how do I write the value of y? So y can be written as, see, y can be written as total r phi minus this value, right? Yes, total r phi minus this value is y. So what is this value? Is it the same value of this? Yeah. So this is phi, this is 90 degrees, this is r. So I can write r sine phi can be written, right? So just see how I'm writing the equations. And if you don't understand, you can pause and check it. Anytime you want, you can pause and check it, right? So I'm going to write the equation. So y can be written as r phi minus r sine phi. Fine. Now take r common, and it will be phi minus sine phi. Now what is the value of phi? Phi value is already here. Substitute it. And what is the value of L? L value you can take from here. Sorry, R value you can take from here. Yes, R value can be taken from here. L by 2 pi. L by 2 pi is R. So y is equal to L by 2 pi, which is R, multiplied by what is phi? Phi is 2 pi by theta ri into theta minus sine of 2 pi by theta, 2 pi into theta by theta ri. Yes, so this is the final equation. Now just make few modifications properly, so I can write properly in a equation which looks good. Theta by theta ri, just to do some calculations, you'll get this solution. Put you can multiply the values inside and you'll get these values, right? Yes. And this is true for 0 less than or equal to theta less than or equal to theta ri, because we have measured only between those points, and the similar values will continue for the other cases also. Okay, for the from the after dual position, from the top position to the to come to the return position, the same conditions can be followed. Now next we are going to get into the velocity values, right? Where do you find the maximum velocity? Where do you find the acceleration, maximum acceleration? And do we have any problems in this? Now in the next slide we are going to discuss. Okay, so now we will again repeat the first equation. We'll repeat the first equation which was written. So the first equation was y is equal to L multiplied by theta by theta ri minus 1 by 2 pi sine 2 pi theta by theta ri, and close the bracket. Okay, now for velocity, you just do dy by dt, which is equal to, already we know from previous videos how I'm writing this, right? I'm not going to repeat it now. No need to repeat, right? So dy by dt is equal to d theta by dt into dy by dt, right? So which is equal to, right away I can write down omega L and do the derivation with respect to theta. You'll get this value 1 by theta ri cos of 2 pi theta by theta ri, right? So this is the velocity. Now tell me at theta equal to 0, substitute theta equal to 0. Substitute theta equal to 0 in the above equation. What are we going to get? So we are going to get v also equal to 0, because if theta equal to 0, cos 0 is 1, right? So 1 by theta ri minus 1 by theta ri will be 0. So v is equal to 0. Fine. And then we have at theta is equal to theta ri. Still it is v equal to 0. You can just substitute and check it out. Okay, you can just substitute and check it up. And next is acceleration. So at the beginning of the rise and at the end of the rise, we have velocity as 0. Fine. So that is good. That is desirable case. Velocity should be 0 because at the beginning there is no velocity, right? Even in our vehicle or you take anything in motion, at the beginning no velocity, no velocity. Okay. So now what about acceleration? So again, do the derivation. Yes. So you'll get omega square L multiplied by 1 by 2 pi into 4 pi square by theta Ri square sine 2 pi theta by theta Ri. It's just a simple derivation. You can directly do it. Okay. You can directly do it. So now substitute as theta is equal to 0. You can say that acceleration will be 0 because if you substitute 0 here, so it will be sine 0, right? Sine 0 is 0 value, right? So sine 0 is 0. So you are going to get the initial value as 0. Acceleration is 0 initial case. Then theta equal to theta Ri. Here also you are going to get acceleration equal to 0. If you put theta equal to theta Ri, sine 2 pi. Sine 2 pi is again the same value as sine 0. So you're going to get 0. So this is a desirable case since the beginning of the beginning of the rise, both acceleration and velocity are equal to 0. There is no constant acceleration, there is no constant velocity, so you won't have any jerk. Fine. So this is about cycloidal motion and it is most desirable in all the motions. You can just check it. So finally, after getting these values, okay, so now you can check it for various values also. You can substitute various theta values to check it. So if you want to substitute theta Ri by 2, you will get sine 180. So that way you can substitute. Okay, you substitute for different values, try to get where are you going to get the maximum value of velocity, where are you going to get the minimum value of velocity, where you are going to get the maximum value of acceleration and minimum value of acceleration. All these things you can check it from this equation. These both are general equations. You can substitute it, but these equations will be valid between 0 and theta Ri. Okay, because we are calculating with respect to theta Ri. Okay, the same thing will follow on the other case, but in the opposite directions. You can check it. Fine. So the next thing is, I will just show how are we going to draw the cycloidal curve. Fine. The cycloidal curve will be drawn in this way, in this manner. So this is your y-axis. Fine. This is your y-axis, and this is your x. You can draw this as your x-axis. And let's say that the total lift values are given here. This is the total lift value. Let's say this is the total lift, and this is the total rise. Only till rise we are drawing. We are not drawing the complete motion. Fine. This is the total rise. And for reference purpose, we are going to draw a circle. Yes, with that point as center. And then we are going to connect. These both centers. See, this is the procedure. This is the procedure to draw a cycloid. Fine. Procedure to draw a cycloid. And the total lift is given here. And here also you have actually a circle. Here you have a circle with radius r. And you have the total lift. This is a circle. And the actual parabolic motion which you are seeing, you are getting over here is, yes, in earlier case, whatever we saw. Yes, this is the parabolic and this is lift, total lift. Fine. This is point P which you saw. So here we drew another circle, right? This is to trace actually the path. Fine. So we have to divide it into equal parts. So just divide it. Let's use, yes. So I'm going to divide it. We'll divide it and number it properly. So we are going to say that this is the 0th position, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 0, comma, this is the final position. You can call it even 6th position. Okay, not a problem. And divide the same thing unto theta rise also into equal number of parts. center and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say these are the equal number of parts from 0 to, yeah, hold on. There is no measuring device, right? So little bit of, yes. Okay. Looks a little okay, right? 0, 1, 2, 3. Oh, sorry. So it's 0, sorry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and finally this is 6, and this is 0 point. So now what you do is you join these points 2 and 1, 2 and 1, and wherever it meets on the vertical, from there draw a parallel line to the central line. Just draw a parallel line to the central line. Yes, draw a parallel line to the central line and extend this 1 point to join it vertically here, 2 point to join it vertically here. So these are important points. Okay, and again 3 and 4 you have a center line, right? So just connect this 3. Yes, only 3. Fine. And then you have 4 and 5 on this line, right? So on the circle, just connect this. From this center, draw a parallel line. Yes. And 4 and 5, just connect it with the vertical line. So this is 4 and this is 5, right? Now you join all these lines properly with a smooth curve. Join all these lines with a smooth curve. And you are going to get the desired cycloidal motion. Done. So this is your cycloidal curve. This way you are going to draw the cycloidal curve. And why did we do all these things? Right? So just check the equation. You'll understand. Fine. So the equation was y is equal to L theta by theta Ri. Right? Just multiply L inside minus L by 2 pi sine 2 pi theta by theta Ri. Fine. Now the central line, which is this blue line, represents this point. So the central line, which was like this, I'll just show it here. So it represents this line, this one. Okay, this represents this line. L theta by theta Ra for constant velocity type, you have got the this type of line, right? So that one. And after that, from this you are removing what values? You are removing the values of, see, L by 2 pi. L by 2 pi means R. See, 2 pi R is equal to L, right? Condition we have seen earlier. L by 2 pi is R. So you are removing R sine theta value. What is R sine theta? You just check here. For example, this is your theta from here to here. If this is theta, so you see that, sorry, so this is the angle turned, right? So suppose this from 0 to 1, this is the angle. And what is the angle? 2 pi theta by theta Ri. Actually, it is phi angle, right? Phi is equal to 2 pi theta by theta Ri. We have already derived, right? Have we derived this? I think in the previous, phi is equal to 2 pi theta by theta Ri, right? So that is the theta angle. So this is phi angle, okay? That is the phi angle, sorry. That is the phi angle. So here, let's say that this is r sine phi. R is L by this. Okay. So what is this component? This r sine is this vertical component. So you are removing this vertical component. You are subtracting this vertical component. See, you subtracted here from this vertical line. Actually, you wanted this point, right? So this was the total height. From this height, you subtracted this height. That is what the equation is saying. That is your cycloid. Okay. So the equation also is very intuitive, and to understand it's very easy. I hope you have understood what point I'm trying to convey. Hope you enjoyed the session, guys. So this is C. So this is your negative value, and then here it goes up again. So you can see that this total value height is what? This total height is L theta by theta Ri, and from this you are subtracting this value and making it a yellow portion. So you are subtracting this value. This value is L by 2 pi sine 2 pi theta by theta Ri, where you can see that L by 2 pi is R and sine, and this remaining value is phi, right? Hope each and everything is clear. And in the coming sessions, we are going to solve numericals on this, and those numericals will be very, very easy to solve. Here, the cycloidal motion is very desirable, right? So that thing we understood in this video. Okay, guys, then until next video, thank you. See you. Bye.